What's up, everybody? Q&A time. This is part one. I will be giving you a different type of a Q&A. I won't be just sitting in one spot. I'm actually going to answer questions throughout the day. I have a lot going on. I'm not going to be able to just sit in front of a camera and answer questions. Therefore, you will see me in different areas, different scenes, different backgrounds, which might be even interesting. But like I said, I'll be answering your questions throughout the day. So let's get rolling. Question number one. What's the hardest part of sustaining a YouTube channel on top of work, family, and gym time? The hardest part for me is filming and editing. That is the hardest part with the whole YouTube thing. And this is fairly new to me, but it seems to be the part of the process that takes the longest. So if the videos are uploaded less during the week, it's because I don't have time to edit it, basically. And then when it comes to filming, when you're in the gym, if you go to the gym after 5 o'clock, or really even after 4 o'clock, the gym is extremely packed. If the gym is packed, it's going to be hard to film. And sometimes it's hard to get good positioning to see the exercises. Where do you place the camera? So filming is definitely a hard part, and then editing, and I think those two are hand in hand. When you film, you have to edit, and that takes an extreme amount of time. And if you want to spend time with your family, how in the world are you just going to sit in front of the computer and edit your videos? If you got to work long hours, how in the world are you going to be able to get to the gym where it's empty and film? And also, if you work long hours, you still don't have time to sit in front of the computer and just edit videos because you got to spend time with your family. So you just have to find better ways of going about it. And for me, I'm trying every day to work smarter and not harder. So I make my videos less dependent on editing. So if I film something, I try to make it to where I don't have to edit as much. Therefore, I can just put the video on the computer and upload it to YouTube. So that saves a lot of time. But once you have to sit there and edit it and do some slow-mo, some crops, and all kind of things like that, it definitely will take a long time. So the hardest part for me is filming and editing, but you have to find a way to get it done. Question number two. How tall are you and how much do you weigh? I am approximately 5 feet and 9 inches to 5 feet and 10 inches. So around that range. My ID says 5'10". And today I woke up at 182.2 pounds. Question number three. This can't be serious. Do you like pie? Of course I like pie. I love pie. Apple pie, pecan pie. Question number four. Are you natural? Yes. That was easy. Question number five. Batman or Superman? Batman. Next question. And this is a very, very good question. Question is, for greatest and quickest gains, should you do lightweight high reps or should you do heavyweight max reps? Now, a lot of people are under the misconception that you do let me see how I want to say it. You do high reps, lightweight, you get shredded, you get toned. That's all good and gravy, but realistically, you want to be building muscle at all times. In order to build muscle the fastest is to get stronger in the gym. So you have to continuously get stronger in the gym in order to make gains. what gains are. You're gaining that strength in the gym. In order to do that, you have to be lifting some heavy weight. I mean, you want to be doing heavy weight. You can do as many reps as possible, max reps. But you don't want to sit there and pick up some light weight and just go to failure on all your exercises. That will shred you up. So they say. Like I said, it's all a myth from experience. And I'm giving you my opinion. I think you should always be making strength gains in the gym in order to burn fat, because the more muscle in your body, the more fat you'll burn. So if you're building muscle, you're burning fat. So you want to definitely be building muscle, which is lifting heavier weight each time you go in the gym. So focus on getting stronger. You don't want to be getting weaker. Now, dieting will make you appear to be weaker because you don't have as much energy, but still focus on keeping that weight high as possible, as heavy as you can go, without hurting yourself. So to answer that question, for greatest and quickest gains, heavyweight max reps. Next question: how to lose lower belly fat in order to get a smaller waist? Now, there's one great answer to this, and I know you guys are going to hate this answer, but the answer to how to lose lower belly fat is to change the way you eat. You have to diet down. Dieting down, I mean eat clean. You stick to your macros, count your macros. That's the quickest, most effective way in order to lose that belly fat, because you know how much fat you're taking in, how many carbs. And for a lot of people, they can't take a lot of carbs in. So if you're not able to take a lot of carbs, you need to reduce the carbs, diet down, and remove the fat that's covering your abs. Everybody has abs, and those abs are hiding underneath a ton of fat that people carry on their waistline, on their abdominals. I mean, that's normal for everybody. And in order to lose that belly fat, you have to diet down, stick to a strict diet, and make sure you're getting rid of that belly fat. Cardio will help as well. You basically want to burn that fat. Now, for a smaller waist, yes, your waist will appear to be smaller if you have less fat on it. So, in turn, that's how it happens. Now, for most guys, you want to build a wider back to give you that V tape, to make your waist look extremely small. So, diet down and build a larger back, bigger lats. Next question, let me read it to you. I was 354 pounds. I'm about 260 now. I'm on 200 protein, 220 to 230 carb, 60 fat, and I'm steady losing weight, I think. Laugh out loud. Can I up my carbs, or do I have to keep them the same? Because I was 200 carbs, 70 fat, but I dropped fat to 60, up carbs to 220 and 230. And when will I see some changes? Like I lift. When will I see some changes like I lift? Can't wait to see my body change. So basically saying, how will people notice that I can lift? Basically, when will he start seeing it? When will he start looking like I lift weights? Anyways, so the guy says he was 354 pounds. And now he's about 260. So shout out to him. Keep up the good work. Keep grinding. That's almost 100-pound weight loss. That's extremely good. Keep it up. Now, as far as your carbs go, I mean, they say the less carbs, the more weight loss. So basically, for a bigger person, having them on low carbs will, in turn, help them lose more weight. Now, for a person that's more muscular, they will need to take in more carbs for certain reasons. Science and all of that mixed into it, but I'm gonna keep it simple. People with more muscle need to take in more carbs to utilize those carbs around the workout and keep the muscles full, blah, 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 blah. So basically for you, I wouldn't recommend to continue to up your carbs until you drop your weight down to, I guess, to look like you lift. Basically drop your weight down to a comfortable place for you, and then you can start playing around with your carbs. But basically for a bigger person, low carbs is the way to go. Lower calories is the way to go. You don't really want to be taking in so much food just because you weigh so much. Keep in mind, a lot of that weight is fat and not lean. So usually your lean body mass is where you calculate a lot of your macros from, your proteins, your carbs, your fats. So you want to get rid of all that extra fat, and by doing that, you need to take in less carbs. So I would not recommend increasing your carbs too much. Now you can here and there, but not too much. Now that is my personal opinion, and I'm speaking from experience. Next question: how do you stay on track with eating a lean, nutritional, and balanced diet? Now this is hard for a lot of people, and I'm glad you asked this question. Basically, the number one thing you should do is know your purpose. And when I say know your purpose, why are you dieting? If you're dieting for a reason and you have a goal, it will be easier for you to stick to that goal knowing that that's what I want. So if you want it, go get it. Basically, don't let anything interfere, distract you from reaching your goal. Another thing that helps with sticking to your diet is counting your macros. Now when you count your macros, you are more likely to stick to a well-balanced diet than if you were bro dieting. And when I say bro dieting, I mean eating chicken and rice, chicken and vegetables, tilapia, asparagus all day, every day, and that's it. Now when you're counting your macros, you can throw in things like, I have 93, I just actually made this and I'm glad I'm answering the question before I eat. I have 93% lean ground beef and fat-free cheese, reduced sugar ketchup, honey mustard, some spinach leaves, and I also made some homemade french fries. Just cut up potatoes and throw them in the oven, bake them. Make your food taste good. If you enjoy your food and enjoy the meals that you prepare, you are more likely to stick to that diet. This is part of my diet. This is calculated into my macros. I can eat this every day. I do not eat this every day. I switch my food choices up because I'm able to. Now I have bro dieted before, and it was extremely hard. I was binge eating. I was throwing in snacks here and there just because the hunger was getting to me and my cravings were like out of this world, because I was only eating 5 different things all day, every day for about 8 weeks. And right after the competition, boom, everything went crazy. Everything went down. I ate everything in sight and my rebound was horrible. So switched over to count my macros, been doing it for a while and have been getting great results. This is how I stick to a lean nutritional diet. This is how I stay focused by enjoying my meals, but I also have a goal in hand and I know what I want, and I'm not going to let a cupcake or a donut or something like that interfere with my goal. But I'm able to track that donut. If I want to eat a donut, I'm able to track that into my macros. So that's why I say counting your macros is probably the easiest way to stick to a diet, because you can pretty much eat whatever you want. Just make sure you are able to fit it in. And you also want to keep it lean and nutritional like you said, but you are able to when you count your macros. So my advice, counting your macros and knowing your purpose is how you stick to a well-balanced diet. Next question. How old are you? I am 25 years old. How long have you been married? I've been married for exactly 4 months. How did you meet your wife? Me and my wife met in high school, 9th grade, 2004. And I'll tell you how it went. It's actually like a page out of a book. So, ninth grade, we were kind of like, friends, not so close. And then we began to get closer and closer. And then sophomore year, we actually became best friends. And then junior year, the friendship just grew stronger and stronger to the point where, we were always together, hanging out. If we want to do something, she'll call me, I'll call her. That's the type of relationship we had, that best friend relationship where you always want to be with your best friend. And then 12th grade year, we graduated, blah, 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 story goes on, and we actually became official, I think 2010. I shouldn't be using dates right now because she's going to watch this, but I think it was like my sophomore year in college, our sophomore year in college, that we actually made it official. So that's that. Let's move on. Your favorite body weight exercise? My favorite body weight exercise will have to be pull-ups, because with pull-ups you can target the core, the back, and the back is actually, to me, a strong point in my physique. I have a good back and I like pull-ups, basically. Mind you, growing up, I used to do push-ups all the time. I was told by an older relative that you should do about 20 push-ups before you go to bed every night, and that's when I was younger. So I actually began doing push-ups and did push-ups for quite a while. But once I learned about actually exercising and lifting weights, pull-ups became my favorite. Did you play sports prior to bodybuilding? That's funny. I did play sports. I was on the football team. My high school year, my high school career, it was from 10th grade to 12th grade. I was on the squad. Did I get a lot of play time? Not necessarily, only because I didn't put a lot of effort into playing football. I really didn't care for football that much. The only reason I began to play football was to get stronger at basketball. I was more of a power forward and on a basketball court. And so I needed to be getting those rebounds, crashing those boards. In order to do that, I needed to get strong in the paint. So I decided to join a football team so I can lift weights, which I started lifting weights in 10th grade. So the more and more I continued to lift weights, the more and more I fell away from basketball and wanted to continue to lift weights. Not continue to play football, but continue to lift weights. And from there, I was on the team, blah, blah, blah. I scored, got a defensive touchdown, 28-yard fumble. I was a defensive end, picked it up, ran it in. But like I said, I didn't really put a lot of effort into sports, football that is, in high school. I was more into the lifting weight part of practice. Because like I said, I was a defensive end, so I was also lifting weights with the big boys. But anywho, favorite TV show? Favorite TV show right now is Power, 50 Cent's series. Power. It is a great show. It is season 2. I actually need to catch up on an episode I missed Saturday night, but that's my favorite show as of now. Favorite cheat meal, of course, pizza. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? That's deep. And I'm not going to answer that with a short answer. I want to actually take my time with that answer. So I'm going to end this Q&A right here. This is going to be part 1. I have a lot of questions that need to be answered. So I will be making a part 2. I think this video is probably long enough and I don't want to bore anybody, although you did ask the questions. But like I said, this will be part 1 and I'm going to end it here, and I will pick up with part 2 soon after. I'm liking this interaction. I'm glad that I actually got a lot of questions asked. It makes me feel as if you guys are really enjoying what I'm providing for YouTube, and I appreciate that. Love the support. But like I said, I like the interaction. I like for you to ask a question and me be able to answer that question directly, and also give you more advice around that question that you asked. So I'm going to be doing Q&As more often. This is part 1. Part 2 will be coming. Again, thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, you should do so right now. You're watching this far. Subscribe so you can stay updated for that next Q&A that's coming within the next few days. And also more contest prep content coming your way. I am 15 weeks and some days, or 14 weeks and days. I gotta check the calendar. I'm actually not really looking at the weeks right now. I'm just focused on getting my diet straight and sticking to my workouts. So time is irrelevant right now. I gave myself a lot of time for this prep, but I'm talking way too much about nothing. But anyways, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for part 2.